Hey guys, it's Donna Rudowitz. I am CEO of Donna Rudowitz, and my signature flagship program is Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond, where I help post-divorce women create amazing and extraordinary lives. And one of the conversations that we've been holding in my private client groups, as well as in the communities I'm a part of, is this belief system that one holds. And is this belief system strong enough to get them through and over the bridge? Or is it a belief system that could sort of take that person out by the knees, and now that's how they're going to live and define their life, is based upon their problem, not necessarily on what's possible? And what we've noticed in the conversations that we've been seeing is that society has allowed us and actually rewards people to have issues. So if you ever heard of the term misery loves company, right? If you've ever had a friend or a family member who's been through a really, really difficult time, what's the first thing that someone may do? And that is, they're going to call you, right? Or they're going to text you, or they're going to Facebook Messenger you. And then they're going to share their issue. And now that's not over for that person. What ends up happening is that person goes to Starbucks, they'll have the conversation there, they'll run into a friend at the grocery store, they'll have that conversation there. When they're out with their friends, maybe having a drink or a cocktail at the bar, who's ever there that they're able to speak to about their problem. And if you noticed, what ends up happening is what was once a isolated event, right? The problem itself is isolated, has now become the identity of this person, has now become the thought threshold of this person. The person cannot see past their problem. And society as a whole welcomes issues and welcomes problems and gives you sort of a score for managing your issues, not eradicating them. And that's the difference between what I do here at Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond and what I call the Muggle World, which is the outside world, is we talk about the issues and the problems, of course, but what we do best is we eradicate them. And I'm here to ask you the question today: what problems or issues or belief systems are you holding on to that could be holding you back from creating your extraordinary life? Are you just trying to manage your thoughts and just manage your issues the best you can? Or are you focused on eradicating them? Because I want to invite you in to begin to think about how you could get rid of those problems and get rid of those issues that have been holding you back once and for all. Here's the deal, and I mean this with sincere love and grace and gratitude towards you. The problem itself, right? The problem that you're facing is actually benign. There is no meaning to it. It just is benign. It is what it is. The moment you place meaning on it, right? We as human beings are meaning makers. We're going to make a meaning out of everything we see, experience, touch, feel, taste, all of our senses, hear, sight, smell, sound, all of that. We're going to make a meaning about something, and that is going to evoke a feeling, which will then evoke an emotion, which will then evoke a thought, and then will evoke an action. So if we are going to be tied to the problem, just by logic, you could see where the solving of the problem won't happen. It's just going to keep you tied to the problem. But rather, if you're focused on a solution and you're focused on creating an amazing life and an outcome you want, now you have something to hold on to. Now you have a vision to work towards. And now you have the thought that is not so keeping you in the problem, is actually keeping you in the solution. And that's what we want to look at. Because here's the truth. It takes courage to grow. Growth is not an easy process. And I just gave this example about a butterfly who goes through different stages before it becomes a butterfly, right? It's a caterpillar, and the caterpillar goes through different life cycle stages. And just like the caterpillar, turning into and transforming into the butterfly as you may be. There's different life stages you're going to be going through. And if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner or someone in business, then there's different life cycle phases for the business as well. And it's easy to get caught in the problem, and it's easy not to do anything about it. It takes courage to step in the ring and say, sure, this is where I am at this point, and my decisions up until this point led me to this piece. But now I'm ready to take it to the next level. I'm ready to stop minimizing. I'm ready to stop, maybe pretending things are a certain way around me, that I am going to take responsibility for my life. I'm going to take responsibility for what my God-given talents are, and I'm going to do something with it. Because I am here to let you know that it's easy to sort of sit on the sidelines and not take massive action towards your goals. And that's okay. If that's what you want, if you're ready to stay the same for the rest of your life, then that's your choice, right? I'm not judging you. But if you're following me and you've been watching me, then you likely are attuned towards wanting a greater life, something bigger, that you know that there's something inside of you. So it's time to take that responsibility and say, I'm ready to step in the game. I am ready to step into my courage and my bravery and my vulnerability, and I'm ready to take the next step on where I want to go. Because the courage to evolve, you are a co-creator. So you can either stay the same or you can evolve. And when you step into being able to evolve and stepping into becoming the co-creator of your life, it's amazing the transformations that can happen. And it's about celebrating yourself along the way. All too often, we get so taken down by the circumstances in our life and the meanings that we're making everything, that we could be hitting goals or we could be achieving small things along the way, but we don't celebrate them. So here's an opportunity for you to say that, yes, you get to celebrate again. Yes, you get to say, I did a good job on this. Or yes, you get to say, well, I made that mistake yesterday and it presented itself again to me today, but I didn't do anything. I didn't make that same choice. I made a better choice for myself. It's time to celebrate that. You see, we underestimate the small refinements along the way, and we overestimate these huge leaps and bounds that one may take. There's a time for everything in our life. Most of the time, you're going to be making small refinements along the way. And then some of the times you are going to have those leaps and bounds. And overall, it's going to lead to your best outcome. But if you allow life to lead you, it's going to lead you somewhere where you may not want it to lead you. So how about you make a choice and say to yourself, here's what I want, and taking time to define what that outcome would be for you. And in all areas of your life, what do you want in your professional life? What would you like in your personal life? What would you like for your family and relationships? And what would you like financially and spiritually, right? All of those pieces need to be defined. They need attention. They need guidance. They need love, or otherwise it's going to drive you. You don't want to be in the driver's seat. You don't want to be in the passenger seat. You want to be in the driver's seat. So take these steps now when we're home and prepare yourself to evolve. Prepare yourself to step into the next best version of yourself. And you're not going to be able to do it alone. These are just things that we need the village to take us along. And the part of the community of being around like-minded people are going to get you there. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You need to make a decision to say, it's time for me to define my life, right? And I want to be a master of cause, not a victim to effect. So with that said, here's to your journey. Here's to your amazing and extraordinary life. And I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. See you later. Bye.